What is money? An underrated but very important question that no one asks. Our entire life revolves around money, but only very few individuals truly can answer this question. For anything to be used as money, it needs to satisfy the following five properties: portability, divisibility, durability, recognizable, and scarce. In human history, metal coins came close to satisfying all the above properties of money, and among all the metal coins, gold has best satisfied all of the above five properties. It has served as the most successful form of money for the last 2,500 years, since it was first used as a currency in 550 BC. However, gold does suffer the lack of portability, which also makes it less resistant to seizure and confiscation. Nation-states would attack each other, and upon winning the war, would confiscate all the gold of the defeated nation. That incentivized wars. Gold has suffered from centralization. Physical gold has to be secured and stored in a central vault, which makes it prone to centralization and corruption by a select few individuals who are trusted with the vault. Gold certificates were first invented in late 1700s to solve the problem of portability of gold. Up until the year 1913, when Federal Reserve was formed, nations on gold standard were pegged to the gold. The supply of gold certificates never exceeded the amount of gold in vault for circulation. However, that changed because of World War I, and the majority of the countries came off the gold standard, meaning printing more gold certificates than the gold held in the vault or the gold in circulation. Gold is hard to produce and requires energy, which makes it a great store of value. However, it suffers from centralization, which makes it a defective form of money on a large scale. Our history is full of such examples, where if only a select few individuals are trusted with so much authority and power, it is prone to corruption and manipulation. A perfect form of money is where humans can store their fruits of labor, knowing that the money won't be inflated, and their money will hold the same value or more value in the future. Perfect form of money is also resistant to seizure and holds the strongest property rights, which means it can't be inflated or seized no matter what. In the 1400s, glass beads were being used as a form of money in Africa. Glass beads were hard to produce in Africa, so they were scarce and functioned as a good store of value for Africans. That was until a European expedition arrived in Africa and discovered that glass beads were being used as form of money in Africa, and they can be easily manufactured in Europe. So they decided to go back to Europe and manufacture glass beads en masse, and came back to Africa with easily produced money. The Europeans traded their easily produced glass beads for the hard labor of Africans, and the supply of the glass beads increased, and Africans gradually lost their wealth by holding on to a money that was being inflated by Europeans. The Europeans stole the wealth of the majority of the Africans by counterfeiting their currency and literally bringing the Africans to slavery. In January of 2009, someone with a pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto mined the very first block of something called Bitcoin. It was right after the 2008 financial crisis. The very first mined block contained a message that referenced the Bank of England bailout after the 2008 financial crisis. What is Bitcoin? Why is Bitcoin special? In order to understand Bitcoin, it's critical to understand the problems in the existing monetary system. Bitcoin best satisfies all the five properties of money. It's scarce, highly divisible, recognizable, durable, and highly portable. It fixes the defects of gold. Bitcoin holds the supreme property rights in human history. It can't be inflated or confiscated regardless of how much energy, computing power, an individual or an organization inputs into the network. The conclusion is that money is a very important aspect of our day-to-day life. We store our labor in it and we depend on its future value. The harder it is to produce the select form of money, the more purchasing power it will retain over generations. We can't trust one or few select individuals with money. History has proven that money was easily corrupted when it was centralized to select few individuals. For that reason, a perfect monetary system is a decentralized monetary system. So far, the only one that exists is Bitcoin.